What's going on YouTube? Welcome back to another video. My name is Abe, and in this video I want to cover Kasm, which is a isolated workspace environment that you can host and access via a browser. And so it is open source. You can pay them for certain services or host this yourself for free, which is what we're going to show. But essentially what I'm most interested in is the zero trust browser isolation. So to try malware, to test things, and if they break it, I can just reset the virtual machine really easily. So I just wanted to go over that real quick and then show you how to install it on Proxmox. We have Chrome, right? Let's launch this session. It's going to create a unique Chrome browser-based session for us, and then we can navigate. Maybe we're a security operations analyst and we want to go to a malicious website, or a website we might think is malicious. Well, we could type it in here and maybe it auto downloads something from the link. Well, that's not getting downloaded to your work computer, that's getting downloaded to this Docker container. And then when we're done, we could just nuke this container by clicking delete the session. And then we delete the session and all that malware is gone. So that's super cool. But once again, maybe you want to continue to do an investigation or have multiple investigations open up, or you need to access multiple things. You could click your control panel and you could just leave this workstation and then it's open here. And then we could open up our forensics OSINT, our Kali Linux, or even a terminal if we need to do other things. So as we can see, no resources are available. That's just because of my environment, right? But essentially, that's what this is. So let's get on with creating a environment for Kasm. It's actually really simple. They create a script for it. So we're going to create a VM, and the minimum requirements will be linked down below on our website with the step-by-step commands and instructions on how to do this. But we're going to name this Kasm server. Click next. We're going to do a Ubuntu server install, and we want the latest version. And they recommend at least 50 gigs of storage, so we'll do 50. CPU, they recommend at least 2 cores. You could do a couple cores, whatever. We'll do 3. And then they recommend at least 4 gigs of RAM. I'm just going to do 8096. Click next, network, and finish. And then we're going to wait for this to populate and install or finish installing our Linux environment, our Linux server. If you want to skip straight to doing Kasm because you know how to do all this, be my guest. You can totally do that as well. Okay, so we're going to do English. Click done on this page as well. We got an IP address, so it's going to be at 63. I will add that to my notes. Click done. We're going to check to make sure our mirror is working. Really, the only thing in these settings that you're going to have to change is ensure that you enable the SSH client. And then obviously the username and password. So this passed the test. We're going to split up our 50 gigs of storage. Yes, and continue. And then right here is Kasm test for learn videos, and then right here install open SSH server. That's the important one. Click done, skip through all these, and wait for this install to finish. Okay, after that was finished installing and we rebooted the virtual machine, I'm going to click my Windows key, type CMD, make this big, and I'll do plus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 for you guys. We're going to do SSH learn at the IP address of that virtual machine, and type yes, and then the password to log in. I'm going to do Control L, and they make this super easy. They have an install script that will be linked down below on our article, and we are just going to install this. We need to type our password in one more time, agree to the user agreement with yes, and then let this install, and then we will be presented with the usernames and the passwords, the randomly generated passwords, to log in the browser. So go ahead, pause your video, wait for your install to finish, and then we'll go to the browser. All right, so after that installs, you can see we once again have the usernames and passwords. So I'm going to just paste these into a note so I have them. And then we're going to need to go to the IP address of this box, and that will be in this format. And you technically probably don't need to add the 443 port onto the end because you're already specifying HTTPS. But if it gives you an issue, you could add that and just avoid the problems altogether. And so we're here. So the panels are going to be different. Once again, link down below. We have an admin account and a user account, and they are different, and they will give you access to different things. So I'm going to grab the admin and then grab the password, and we're going to log in. And so I will have linked on our article a 15-minute video from Kasm going into greater detail about how to use this, how to go over permissions, so on and so forth. But essentially, access management, you'll have users, and then you'll have groups, and then within like a group, if we go in here, you can add permissions, set permissions, go through settings, enable, disable, add more settings, right, via this. Ultimately, and then you can read through them. A lot of them are kind of self-explanatory by name, but the big thing to get going quickly is we want to go to Workspaces, but you can also go to the registry if you'd like to click on something, read about it, use a different version of it. You can look into all the things here that they have by default. I also know there are open source registries that you can look into and learn more about, or add custom ones. But we're going to do workspace, add a workspace, a container, and then this will give you that list of registries made by Kasm. As we can see, once again, there are third parties that you could go out and find and use. I'm just going to show you the Chrome one, and you don't need to change any settings at all. Leave it just how it is. You can assign more memory per session. Remember that, per workspace. So if you are using this for your employees or for your SOC, remember every session is going to get this amount of allocated memory. So make sure you have more than enough to do that. And we're going to click save. And now this is installing. I know it might not seem overly clear that this is installing, but it is. And so while this is enabled and not hidden, we can open up a browser, and I'm going to just do incognito mode so I can get this quickly. We're going to grab our thing, but this time we're going to do that local user and the local password. And we're going to log in. So we can see we have a little warning here that this hasn't finished installing yet. But once again, this is how you get to them. So the admin panel is different, and it has a dashboard, right? And then in here you can see like user agents, how many people have logged in, didn't log in. Your errors are in here, which these are kind of all default unless you kind of configure your proxy. Your system information's here. If you need to import any licenses, that will be done through here as well. But we are going to just give this a minute to install and then unpause the video once yours is ready as well. I just wanted to do something real quick while we're waiting. If you don't want to log in and see it as the user view, you can click up here and just click the workspace view. So you can check, or use workspaces well logged in as an admin as well. But if you're trying to confirm user permissions, this environment is still the admin's environment. So just keep that in mind. Okay, and so now that this is done, we're just going to create a new session and log into this. And then again, just some things to note here. If you want to delete the session, you can. If you want to log out of Kasm as a whole, you can. Just leave this session. You can show keyboard controls on and off if you need to. Sometimes applications or things or websites don't play well. You can, enable webcams, and that will open it in your browser. You can upload and download files to your computer from here. This is also a permission that you could turn off if you don't want your employees or maybe your SOC analysts to be able to do that. And then for me, the clipboard is freaking huge. There's sometimes you're doing an investigation in your SOC, you copy something from the website or an error code from a known bad site that you ended up going to, and then you need to put that in your report. This allows you to do that. There's other free websites that you can go to that might have like a 2 or a 3 minute timeout session to check websites, but they don't allow you to copy from them. And that drives me crazy. If your company doesn't give you that type of resource, you could do that with Kasm. But anyways, that's it for this video. I hope you guys find it interesting. Let me know if you'd like me to cover anything else in Kasm. Once again, thank you for watching. My name is Abe. I hope you subscribe or you like this video. Leave a comment down below. We're getting so close to 3,000 subs. Our goal is to hit 10,000 by the end of the year. So thank you all for supporting me and making it this far in the video. Signing off.